Gamer Braves. What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at Biomutant, the latest in a long line of open world games. Seriously, there's a lot of them by now. Does Biomutant have what it takes to stand out from the crowd? This is Wan Amirul from Gamer Braves, and before we answer that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest gaming content, and leave a comment to also let us know what other content you'd like to see. In Biomutant, players play as a ratman of your own making in a post-apocalyptic world. I gotta say, I never thought I'd say this, especially in a post-Last of Us world, but what a pleasant looking apocalypse. Seriously, the colors are bright, everything moves with a kind of spring in its step. It's a real welcome change of pace. Of course, it's not all rainbow and roses in Biomutant. Pollution is killing the world of these strange ratmen. Big monsters are killing the strange ratmen. Heck, even fellow strange ratmen are trying to kill rival groups of strange ratmen. Not ideal. And that's where you come in. Whether you want to save the world and its inhabitants, or start a genocide to cleanse the planet for it to begin anew, the choice is really up to you. The freedom of choice is reflected in the character creation, which is a really unique method that I haven't really seen many other games do. You can choose your race, class, and all that jazz, but a standout feature is definitely how you distribute your stats. You have 5 classes, ranging from the melee-focused Saboteur to the standard mage class, the Psy-Freak. Stats like agility affect move speed, vitality affects your health, strength affects your melee damage. You get with the drift. The cool thing is, if you put your points into strength, your character will look like a beast who skipped leg day. If you put your points into intelligence, it's big brain time. Literally. This may lead to an overall goofy looking character, but it's a fun balancing act between form and function. Even if you did screw up your build, the game isn't too hard, even when playing as a character who only specs into nothing but charisma. I think the big problem with a lot of open world games is they tend to not do the combat so good. However, that's not the case with Biomutant. In fact, you could describe it as absurdly fun. First of all, your character knows Wung Fu, which is the developer Experiment 101's own take on creating a wushu-inspired martial art. As you might expect, the choreography behind some of the melee combat moves looks really nice because of this. There's also guns which have unlimited ammo, but is compensated by longer reload times. Whether you want to greet your enemies with fists or bullets, the game's simple yet robust combo system applies to both playstyles. Yep, that's right. Biomutant is the game that lets you do combo with a gun. You'd think that's it for the action and they pack it up and go home. But no, Biomutant has special abilities like biomutations and psi powers which you can unlock. These are really fun and very flashy, and it makes you feel like the Furry character in the newest X-Men comic. All of these combat systems and abilities translate well into actual gameplay as well. The combat is pretty stylish, yet also very responsive. The one thing is, the combat isn't really execution heavy like say Devil May Cry, but it is still very fun to play around with. Dodging and parrying are very generous in their timing. However, my gripe is that the slow motion effects can feel kind of overdone, especially since it has that old school problem of every fight needing to end in slow motion. Seriously, what's up with that? Still, a lot of games tend to neglect their combat just because they have an open world game, so it's good that this game, actually bothered to have a good combat system. So naturally, of course, Biomutant has a crafting system. The majority of the loot that you pick up are parts instead of whole items, and you can build new ranged and melee weapons from scratch. These parts don't just change their stats, they can even change the look of the weapon. If you want to attach the trumpet horn as the barrel of your sniper rifle with a drum magazine, well, you can. Best of all, you can always swap out individual weapon parts with new ones you find, letting you customize anywhere and anytime. All of this is just the tip of the iceberg because there's so much to explore and do in Biomutant. There's the Aura system, which is the game's alignment system similar to Knights of the Old Republic, with some psi powers being only available to those who are dark or light aligned. There's also the tribe system, which is a lot like the factions in Fallout. There's even mounts and vehicles that you can ride, but most importantly, there are mechs. You can pilot your own giant robot called the Mech-Ton, and it appeals to my male fantasy. Because as you know, the old adage, I dig giant robots, you dig giant robots, we dig giant robots, chicks dig giant robots. Nice. So Biomutant gets a solid 9 out of 10 from us. It's a truly happy mutation of the many mechanics and systems that gamers already know, put together in a nice little package for us to play. The systems feel fleshed out in a nice way that can only really work in a story about mutated ratmen with magic and guns. Biomutant is available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam. This is Wan Amirul from Gamer Braves, and if you want more game reviews like this, don't forget to tell us what games you want us to look at. See ya! Today's comment comes from our Resident Evil Village review. Dio Brando writes, "This is random, but I miss Witch Weapon." Yeah, that's pretty random, Dio. I mean, I guess you're bored in Egypt or whatever, but that is definitely very random. Thanks for commenting, and don't forget to leave your own comment to get it read on the show.